Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Continuum of Care lecture. I'm so glad that you're here to learn about this new photoceutical. First, before we begin, who is Dr. Yuki? Well, let me tell you. I have 12 years of experience as a veterinary advisory board member for several different laser companies. And did you know that I have 48 plus years of experience in the pet industry? I am also a published author of 3 books and created a laser therapy protocol app too. Currently, I sell over 30 lasers from 11 companies and also distribute many other veterinary equipment. I'm also licensed to practice in over 7 states. The time of change is actually here in veterinary medicine. Why, you ask? Well, how has laser therapy changed over time in your clinic? I no longer get asked, does it work? But now it's, how will it work in my practice? Because laser therapy is increasingly being used throughout the clinic for multiple uses. But it's split among the whole staff because techs are wanting to use the laser for the next treatment. The laser is split between the surgery room and the treatment area, which makes it really obvious that one laser is not enough. Time and workload is the greatest need in most clinics. How do we maximize efficiency without adding more time and to reduce the workload for the team members? Which laser is right for your practice? Because there was a class warfare before all of this. There was too much focus between low power versus high power versus there's, not enough supportive evidence to a lot of evidence and so many other issues contributing to this class warfare. But now there is one company that can provide all the phases of recovery, from acute injury to at-home care, from the beginning of the pet's life to hospice care. Multi-Radiance Medical has answered our needs and compiled the revelations. It's actually a compilation of over $1 million devoted to studies published in peer-reviewed journals. And so there's over 48 peer-reviewed published articles in this revelation summary. And there are more studies that are in preparation or are in the submission process. If you would like a copy of this revelations, just contact me. There is now a photoceutical device that can answer all our needs. And let me read this to you verbatim. A photoceutical device delivers optimum doses of light energy using curated wavelengths and the ideal frequency of exposure to significantly impact treatment effectiveness, improve the quality of life, and support the continuum of care over the lifespan of our patients. Now, there's a photoceutical approach to laser therapy, meaning, let me give you this example of photoceuticals and nutraceuticals because we use different pharmaceuticals for different kinds of pain. We don't just have one drug to use to treat for every kind of pain. So why shouldn't laser therapy be the same? You should have more than one device. You need the correct tool for the job for the condition that is presented. Let me explain the healing process. Many people think that it is a linear straight line from the point of injury to final recovery, but that isn't what is really happening. Instead, it has its dips and valleys to reach the ultimate goal. It's actually a 4-step process that reliably achieves these goals, and let me tell you what these 4 steps are. First, we have hemostasis, and that's to bring the body back to stability and stop the bleeding. And next, we have the inflammation process, where you have edema and swelling, bringing in all the healing factors at the cellular level. Next, we have the oh my, that's a hard word for me because there's an R and an L in there. But anyways, the proliferation stage, where this is where there's healing and new growth, such as increased new circulation or healing of tissue and nerves. And finally, we have the remodeling. And this is where we finally have recovery and strengthening with a return to the range of motion. Those are the 4 steps. To achieve this, we need a different tool for the different type of job, depending on the stage of healing that is presented to us. The solution to all this is the continuum of care. Here is the multi-radiance family of lasers to achieve these optimal results. First, we have the alphabet. It's our class 4 laser for all initial treatments. Then we've had our tried and true Activate Pro and the shower, and this is to help with the continued treatments. And finally, we have our consumer level at home My Pet lasers that you can rent out to your clients, where they can continue the healing process in the comfort of their own home. The continuum of care exists to ensure that there's no gaps in the patient's care, either due to no access to a laser or the inability to come in for necessary treatments for optimal results. So we can see that there's different stages, whether it's short-term care, long-term care, respite care. We do not want any gaps, because when there is a gap, that means that we are not giving them the correct treatment. This is a big graph, but it's an important one because each stage of the healing cycle benefits with the right laser and treatment protocols, starting with the acute injury phase to the long-term recovery stage. There's a laser that fits this need. In the stages of healing, we first have hemostasis, where after an acute injury, we want the bleeding to stop and the body to stabilize. Next, we see in the green area is the inflammation stage, where we see what to treat for edema and swelling. Further on in that violet area, we have the proliferation stage, where the healing process is creating new tissue, blood vessels, and repairing nerves. And we finally go to the remodeling stage, where we send home the at-home lasers for continued strengthening, rehabilitation, and improving the range of motion. Each one of these stages can be treated with the ideal tool. Now, the alphabet is best for the initial treatment to help get to the loading dose as quickly as possible, because once that loading dose is reached, patients can feel 10 to 40% reduction in pain each time they receive a laser treatment. The Activate Pro models are ideal for the continuation of the treatment during the inflammation and healing process, while the consumer level My Pet laser is best for at-home treatments and long-term care in the comfort of their own home. Let's meet the family of lasers. So this is our new alphabet. This model works with 4 wavelengths and up to 24 watts of constant wave, which is 28 watts on pulse power. It provides advanced dosing technology, also known as ADT, with preset conditions, base parameters to accurately give the correct dosage of joules. The priority principle is also built into the preset conditions to treat the symptoms during the different stages of healing. And finally, it comes with 5 treatment heads for different areas of the body to range from a broad face to a fine point. we continue the family with the most popular Activate Pro, which includes the Pro and the Shower. These are great for supplemental treatment after the initial alphabet. They also work with 4 wavelengths, including the industry's only blue wavelength. These are amazing for antimicrobial properties along with MRSA fighting capabilities. And this is the ideal model for dentals, post-op, wound healing, as well as for rehab purposes. It's portable for easy to use around the clinic, and they have no cord and a very long battery life. Priority Principle software is set already for chronic inflammation and tissue regeneration, yet it is the safest and most powerful Class 1M lasers. This means that there is no need for goggles for either operator nor the patient. Lastly, we have the 25-watt MyPet Laser 2.0. This model sustains the success of the Continuum of Care at home with our client rental lasers. By the way, did you know that I started the rental revolution over 12 years ago? I'm so glad to see it booming, especially after COVID. So this laser is working at home and helps with compliance, as some patients are very difficult to bring into the hospital for their frequent treatments. You can also receive revenue of a technician's appointment without the tech appointment cost, as the owners are lasering and treating at home. The MyPet Lasers works with 3 wavelengths and up to 25 watts of super pulse peak power, and there are 5 preset settings for your clients to use them with ease. To review, the time of change in laser therapy's continuum of care is here. The Alphabet can break the cycle of persistent pain, the Activate Pro models to help relieve inflammation and repair tissue, while the MyPet Laser supports recovery with at-home treatments. You need the right tool for the job. Here are the introductory pricing and bundles for the complete family of lasers. This was introduced at a conference, and we also offer full business financing for well-qualified borrowers as well. This slide also shows more bundle deals. And remember that I have new, used, and demo lasers as well, because you can save money on quality demo models. Just ask me what my current used inventory stock is when you're ready to purchase a laser. I have more lectures available just for the asking. First, I have the popular How to Choose Your Laser Wisely. It's a PowerPoint presentation, pre-recorded just like this one. And next, I have one that can help you grow your laser business with rental lasers. That has been really popular since COVID. And finally, I have the many ways that you can use your laser. So just contact me if you want any of them or all of them. Thank you again for watching this presentation. You can reach me via email and text at any time. I'm available every day, weekends, evenings, even holidays. In fact, if I don't answer your email promptly, please try again, as my goal is to respond to you within 24 hours. Your email may have gotten lost in cyberspace. So thank you again, and happy lasering.